believe that we're going into darkness, because all the skies are darkening on the cams. And again, here in the UK, it's very dim and dark again. All day today, it's just been very strange, the skies, and they've been chemtrailing so much to hide those celestial bodies. Nibiru is in our inner solar system now. And the more the chemtrail, the more I know. And you all know as well that these celestial bodies are getting closer. Let's get on the cams and have a great evening from Matt Rogers. We're now going to look at some Mexico cams and see what we can find, because those guys are very strange on them cams as well. I've tried to look at other cams, skyline cams, and they keep turning most of them off. But let's go now and see what we can find on the Mexico cams, see what we can see on them strange skies, because we're seeing the reflections now, aren't we, from the binary twin. Here on this Mexico cam, this Aeropuerto cam, it's like a Mexican airport, and it's a huge city there as well. And they're seeing some strange colours in the skies. Now you'll see this white reflection up on the top there behind those cams. That red reflection from the binary twin. These are not reflections from our sun. These are reflections from other heavenly bodies that are lurking up there in our inner solar system. Every single day we are seeing these huge different light sources. If you go through the cam, you'll see this white light source at the top of the screen here. Down at the bottom here is a reflection from the binary twin, Nemesis. There's huge reflections everywhere. Now you can see this light source, can't you? It's beaming through the chems and everything. This is another heavenly body that goes to the right, and this other object that basically disappears on the right hand side as well. These trails of chems, poisons that are being sprayed every day to hide the system. They're not doing so much of a good job now, are they? On the timestamp there at 6:28 AM, you can see basically these heavenly bodies are reflecting hugely. I can see this object going to the right hand side now, moves across the right side. The reflection from Nemesis is disappearing, and all these thick chemtrails have been sprayed early hours of the morning. Here it goes, it's moving to the right hand side now. Too many reflections coming in now. And this is why they're spraying our skies all the time, early hours of the morning, 2, 3 AM in the morning. Those turbine planes, thousands of feet high, just spraying from the horizon upwards, so we can't see anything. So we just carry on the way we do each day. I'm going to go to another cam now. It's so evident now, isn't it? This is another very interesting cam I'm going to show you as well. There's an object that doesn't move when the sun and the simulator comes up on this cam. Okay, now look at the timestamp. It's 9:04, 2 seconds. Okay, 9:04 AM in the morning. Now, again, the sun does not look the same sun as we had before. The black dot's missing, the simulator's in front of it, the darkness on the ground. Now, there's an object, okay? I want to show you this here. Now, all these other objects would just be lens flare and things like that. There's one that doesn't move, just stays in the same place. I'm going to zoom into this, okay? Now, we do have a black star, Death Star, the binary twin, okay? That's Nemesis. And basically, Nemesis is hard to track, but we do have a light source as the sun rises and dips, going down on sundown. We're getting the red reflection, okay? Now, in the daytime, these objects don't seem to move. They seem to coincidence with the Earth's movement. There's something strange going on, really is. Now, I really want to stress to you as well, it's very important, because at the end of the day, we are being eclipsed. Our sun has heavenly bodies up there. And we all just want the veil to be opened so we can actually see this all together. And then we can just get on with taking care of ourselves and getting ourselves organised and prepped. There is huge objects up there. I'm going to zoom into this object that I spotted here. And I'm going to move the cam, and you will notice the sun going up and down there, and you'll notice this object's not moving. Okay, here we are now. Okay, there's the object. You can just see this. Now I've tested it as well. I'm just 100% sure this isn't anything else but something that's up there. I'm going to now slow the footage down. See what we can do. Can you see it's not moving with the sun? Can you see this? That celestial body is not moving with the sun, is it? There's no way that it's lens flare. There's no chance. It can't be lens flare because it's staying in the same place. And I've said this on other videos as well. And there's other people that have made videos as well, documentaries about this object, these objects that don't move. The thing is though, I've noticed that they've gotten much bigger than before. Much, much bigger. I'm going to go to another image now. The thing is, I'll look at the sun. Flashes. Two seconds, I'm going to go to zoom in on the sun now. Watch this. The sun's acting very strangely, isn't it? We're getting a flickering from the sun as well. It's that simulator that's in front of it that's basically changing its light source. I mean, the thing is, though, it's just. I mean, look at it. I mean, the sun doesn't do this, does it? It doesn't flicker back and forwards like this. A normal sun, our normal sol, the sun, will rise nice and yellow, coming up on the horizon, and it wouldn't start getting larger or bigger or anything, would it? It doesn't do this. I'm going to go to another image for you. On this Cabo San Lucas cap in Mexico as well, you can see that red reflection on the horizon on the right-hand side. There it is, in the binary twin. This is our reflection of our sun and the simulator. When the sun goes down, these are chemtrails that are hiding the heavenly body. It's been caught, it's right here. This is a reflection, 100% the red reflection. The brown dwarf star is in our inner solar system now. It's absolutely 100%. It says it here. It's just so evident now, isn't it? I'm going to go to another image for you now. Here on this Tajamar cam in Mexico as well, we've got this blue reflection from a heavenly body that's coming up and through. Here again, we've got another object. I mean, the thing is, look at all this trash that's on the horizon here as well. And the clouds are just not doing anything, aren't they? This is before a sunrise. We're seeing all these situations in the skies, every single cam. I'm going to zoom into this now for you. We have to remember we're in March now, 2017, okay? And also, it's an early timestamp, so we're seeing this object before our natural sun comes up. It just amazes me how people the members of the public are still walking around and not understanding that we are going into darkness. Every single cam, as I said before, we're going into complete darkness. And August time as well, this year, 2017, we're going to have a huge solar eclipse. Now this solar eclipse is supposed to last longer, and it's going to be much darker than any other eclipse. And again, as I said before, and I showed you this on another video, we're going to have a lot of eclipses this year, next year, and the year before, more than any other year. Very strange. I mean, this hasn't happened so frequently as before. I mean, come on. NASA, government, are you telling me it's just the moon that's going to eclipse the sun? I don't think so. I think we're going to have other heavenly objects. But they will pump out in the news media more lies to the public to say it's just our celestial body, the moon, that's doing this. I mean, I know that other people would have spotted the moon last night, early hours in the morning. The moon was a very yellow in colour, and it was very low on the horizon. It wasn't up in the air, it was low, far too low, and it just didn't look like the right colour. The moon keeps coming up many a time now in different colours. We're getting like a grey-blue colour, and a very yellowy colour. And also the reflections as well. Now I want you to, it's important to note this down, because when you see the moon, look at the reflection that's supposed to be coming from the sun. Now the sun is rising from another part of the sky. And as it's on the other side of the world, The moon is over here in the northern hemisphere, but the reflection is pointing a different way. I mean, what's going on? Because I'd like to know what's going on. Now, again, 2 a.m. in the morning, southeast, there was a huge reflection, like another sun rising. Now, it was just like a small rising of another sun. It was lighting up the skies and the horizon. That was spectacular as well, knowing that the sun doesn't rise from them parts. So something is going on. We're getting other objects that are lighting up our skies from the inner solar system. It's happening all the time. I'm going to go to another cam now. Here again, I just want to show you our natural sun is being covered up once more by all this cloaking technology that's been pumped up there, and also these huge mirrors. That black spot on this natural sun has disappeared. It's missing again. Just filled with chems and toxins every single day. So I'm going to go through this cam to slightly show you. I mean, look at this. It's just completely blasted with chemicals now. I apologise for the white screen. They're doing this a lot now in Mexico cams, blocking everything that we need to see. This is the another Mexico cam called the Tepolism cam, and this is very interesting as well, where you see this simulator that's coming up in front of the atmosphere. Okay, these are all chemtrails as well, all these toxins, and it's too dark again in the skies. 7:32 a.m. The skies in March. You can see how blue. This is not our natural sun colour that comes up on the horizon. And I've noticed as well that Google have taken down a lot of images of the sun back in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s. You don't get to see much of what the sun looked like back then, taking it all down. So I'm going to flick through this cam and you can see this now, okay? I'm going to just alter the speed of this as well. I mean, look at the way the sun basically goes smaller and bigger. You shouldn't do this. Our sun would just stay the same size and just go through the sky. Now, this dark shadow, and we're always getting this angle of the clouding as well. So if I flick through the cam, you can see this, can't you? How it sort of morphs in and out. Can you see this? You can see a shadow here as well. This is completely cloaking, using chems as well to hide what's going on. Because you will see 3 or 4 heavenly bodies up there. No doubt. They're using mirrors to hide the system. This, I don't believe, is our sun. I do believe that this is another body that's up there. They're sort of acting as if they're trying to make it look as if it's our natural sun. I mean, look how dark it is. It's like it's in night time. It's 7:42. And it's too dark. I mean, pitch black darkness. I mean, look at the sun. It goes into nothing, and basically we're getting this reflection, this red reflection as well. This is from another heavenly body. These chems are just like a blanket of covering everything. I mean, they're pulling the wool over our eyes. They really are. The military are pushing their luck now, aren't they? With hiding everything. I mean, look at this. The simulator starts kicking in now. Look at this. This isn't right, is it? And then it morphs off again. Again, I believe that this is a heavenly body. It's not our sun. It really isn't our sun. Our sun is being covered up now. We've got that binary twin that's right in front of it. Heavenly bodies. I mean, have you seen anything like this before? Because I haven't. And it's, again, on this cam, it's far too dark, coming at 8 a.m. in the morning. Now, the thing is, many parts of the world are going to see this now, okay? The Swiss cams and also Mexico. Many other parts, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Hawaii, parts of the USA, parts of the UK. Now, it's a situation where we need to just keep monitoring our skies, because in Mexico, they're seeing the right-hand side, they're seeing huge reflections. Things are very strange up there in our skies now. They really are. It shouldn't be this dark. And I just want to say to all you Mexicans that are watching the channel, and also got your eyes to the skies as well, again, thank you for your respect for sending messages. Got about 3 or 4 subscribers from Mexico that send me images of the same colours of the skies. It's just outstanding. And I just want to say, to all you people over there, you need to basically prepare for this, prep, because it really looks like there's going to be some huge different situations going to happen very shortly, some strange times ahead. And I believe that we're going to head for a pole shift. I really do believe this now, because it's every time I look at the Mexico camps, it just gets too dark every time, doesn't it? You can see this. Look at this again. What's going on? Now, the thing is, okay, you get this object that's in front of our sun, and we're getting the reflections from the binary twin, these pink reflections. Okay, this is what the big giveaway is. And on the NASA cams as well, when we see those pink reflections on the International Space Station, even on the clouds on the opposite side, we are getting these red, pink reflections all the time. And government, again, just think that we're not going to notice this. We're just going to think that our normal skies. It's now 8:06 a.m., 3 seconds. Look how dark it is for 8 a.m. Far too dark. This is a situation, isn't it? It's a heavenly body that's up there, that's with our sun right now. And now we're getting a light source from the heavenly body, aren't we? It's white hot looking, isn't it? Look at it. The sun is in a complete different situation now, isn't it? We've got these huge objects in front of it. I'm going to flip through the cam. Come on, for gosh sake. The thing is, natural clouds don't do this to our skies. You've got that line of reflection as well. The thing is, they are so worried now that members of the public are going to see this now. It's far too dark. People down here in this village, in this town, they must be thinking, well, why? What's going on? Why is it too dark? Driving around with the headlights on all day. Things just don't seem right anymore, do they? And I urge you, please, to prep and prepare for this now, because, come on, look at this. This is not what our sun does. Look at the size of it now. Look at this, again, this pink reflection from the binary twin. These chemtrails are hiding everything. We've got that black cloud. This not a cloud, it's chems, but we've got that covering, trying to cover the system. The government are now, governments from all over the world really need to announce this now, don't they? They really do, because it's so important. We're not seeing our natural skies anymore, are we? There's that strange shape, that hexagon shape. The simulator's kicking in. Can you see this? You can see it through the chems now, can't you? This strange hexagon shape. This is the simulator that's kicked in now, in front of this object, this heavenly body. Our sun, Sol, that's up there in the inner solar system, it's fallen apart. It really is. And we've got those huge corona holes as well that's been shown on the SOHO cams. And I believe they don't give us all the truth about on the SOHO cams. It's only snippets of information for the public to think, oh, that's it, that's all right, it's all fine. Well, it's not, is it? I'm going to go to another cam for you now. This is a live cam, okay? And it's called the webcam Red cam in Mexico. And I just want to show you, okay, on this cam how it dips darker. Watch this. All them that you see on the screen there are chemtrails. Again, I keep saying this. Now, it starts to dim and get darker on this cam as well. What we're seeing here is these toxins and also natural clouds are being burnt away, the hydrogen being burnt off them. Now, I've had some trouble with this cam as well. The thing is, you'll watch as it's being moved now. You'll see it getting darker. It's not from any clouding or anything like that. It's basically shadows from these heavenly bodies that are up there as the cam moves and progresses. I'm going to also do some solar charts tomorrow to see what we can find, and also zoom in high definition on the NASA cams and basically look at some of the UK cams as well, because some strange skies here in the UK as well, and also some Australian cams and some USA cams. I'm going to search and see if I can find some more new style cams as well. Because skyline cams, very interesting, but they, as I said before, they turn them off. And there's a lot of widescreen on the Mexico cams at the moment as well. But what we're seeing here, basically on the screen, is just not our natural skies anymore. These are just basically poisons. Again, these people are on holiday or enjoying their day over there in Mexico. I feel bad for them, because the thing is that they must understand now that our military around the world are focusing hard on these events now, these celestial bodies that are incoming, and they're covering up the skies. And also it's gone very quiet, isn't it, about the army and also the military around the world, because at the end of the day now, the Russians, the Americans, the British, the Germans, I mean everything, every part of the military around the world are now focusing on doing this to our skies every day now. I know another reason could just be stopping mass panic, because when people do see these objects up there in the heavens, they will be very upset, very scared, very worried, wondering what's going on. And then when that huge tsunami wave comes and takes the land away, it's just a situation that basically the strongest of us, which we are, the subscribers, are very strong people, to understand and know that basically it's time to prep and prepare for this. Because we all know that are wide awake to the real situation that these heavenly bodies are lurking out there now. As we're talking now, the cam is starting to darken. Can you see this? This is because that huge heavenly body, Nibiru, is now in front of the sun. It moves like a comet every single day, but it basically stands still as the sun is moving. As Earth is rotating in its orbit, you can see the sun going down and across. The thing is, so this object doesn't move, and it's basically, as it's doing this, it's covering part of the sun reflection, the time of the day. Here on this cam it's 11:15 there in Mexico. You can see now it's slightly dimming now, isn't it, the skies? But there's no clouding or any evidence to show you there's a huge cloud that's making it darker. The reason why it's darkening is because we've got that celestial body that's out there. It's basically covering the skies now. It's got even darker now on the screens now. It just amazes me really, because at the end of the day, we're starting to see these dark shadows and the way that it's dimming. I mean, for that time in the morning, it shouldn't be dark at all, should it? It should be just blue skies. They're pasting it with silvery haze every single day. There must have been about 100 chem planes out there today. Now that is a huge number of planes that are spraying our skies. A huge number. And it's just not the sun they're spraying the opposite side, west. They're spraying a lot of chems, east. As I said on the other piece, the other image, I see a reflection of a sky, this light source that's rising on the opposite side at night time. And basically it's not our sun that's rising. These huge objects are rising from different angles of the west, south. I mean, come on. I mean, even again, Venus is so bright, and they're chemtrailing Venus now. I mean, the thing is, there was 3 or 4 planes that were chemtrailing that celestial body that's way out there in the solar system. There's that object as well. Is it Venus? I mean, it's just basically outstanding how things are changing out there. I mean, but they're chemtrailing objects. They're chemtrailing the moon. They did it early hours in the morning. I noticed 5 or 6 planes chemtrailing our moon. And again, that object that people think it's Venus, and I don't know what it is just yet, but I'm focusing on it and keeping my eye on it. Now, can you see how it's got lighter again on the cam? And you can see where they've sprayed more chemicals out there on the horizon. As again, people that have noticed the skies back in the day will notice now that things are seriously changing now, aren't they? Here on this live Mexico cam as well, it's a Cancun cam, player cam. And I've noticed this as well on the cam as well. I mean, these two lines here in the sky, they start changing colour in the middle. Because when you see these natural clouds, look behind them higher, and you'll see the strange chems and the strange clouds. And I believe there's something that's cloaking here. You'll see this in a minute as we talk through the cam. Because, again, last year in the winter, I saw these strange pink-looking clouds or lines in the skies. And it was reported in papers and on radio, and also local news TV broadcast. I noticed that they actually pointed their cams to the skies that day. It was very spectacular. They didn't know what it was. They did come out with a story saying it was ice crystals or something. It's something to do with the atmospheric temperatures. But come on, we all know that something else is going on. Can you see these clouds now to the right-hand side underneath the light aqua side? And red reflections there. Now, the thing is, as I said before, things are cloaked all the time, aren't they? And these clouds just here, and here, look very strange, don't they? They really do. The red reflections just there as well. I mean, yes, those clouds below it are burnt hydrogen, natural clouding. It's basically no use anymore. And above you can see those strange looking clouds with the chems, different chemicals. But I thought I'll show you this as well, because I just spotted it and it just looked very strange, different than any other cloud. Can you see the way they actually change, and also the colour as well? I know it's quite fadey and you can't see 100% there, but I mean, the thing is, you can see the way they're just not the same colour as the other natural clouds, are they? So something red is definitely being cloaked up there every time, and I've noticed them on the different cams and what have you as well. So it's just observing, being persistent, and see what we can find. Again, I could get things wrong, but we are seeing some strange objects. And again, I saw in 2015, October, I saw some very strange skies. And I've seen objects up there as well. Haze, like fogginess and redness in the skies as well, reflections. And that made me sort of think, hold on a second, something is going on. And then I went to YouTube, looked at other channels as well. Some fantastic channels out there doing really hard work, research. And I noticed, hold on, people are seeing the same thing as I'm seeing in the skies. So I basically started watching the channels and look at the skies, and it just all rang true. Everything that these great people were seeing was actually going on in the skies. I mean, again, look at this cloud, look at the redness on these strange clouds. I mean, I've seen some huge red, strange objects that basically do this in the past. I mean, people on this Mexico cam that's on the beach, you could look it up and noticing these objects are becoming more redder as they're being moved across the sky. Can you see this? As again, I'm going to just keep researching and keep looking at the different cams and stuff, and I'll go out at night time and see if I can find anything. Tonight, though, it's very cloudy and very low clouds, very red clouds. And the sky is like a dark purpley black. It's just strange now, isn't it? But let me tell you, as I said before, about the moon I saw on the horizon. It was just very low and a very yellowy colour. It wasn't the natural colour of the moon that I've ever seen before. Again, the reflection from the moon was just strange. It wasn't pointing the right way that the sun should be rising. Everything seems to be back to front. And these chems, I mean, they are spraying so hard now, aren't they? And we're going to get all this toxins and barium that's going to be landed on our land, on the cars and rooftops and gardens, and it's just going to harm everything again. And as I said before, it's going to be very strange this summer, isn't it? This summer coming is going to be very, very strange here in the Northern Hemisphere. In other parts of the world as well, we're going to see some strange carry-ons with the sun, aren't we? I mean, how much more longer Can they keep this up? It's too dark, far too dark. I mean, even sporting events on the TV in the summertime, they're going to see dark skies as well. People are going to start pointing up and thinking it's too dark. It's all just round the corner now. People are starting to notice it, aren't they? Anyway, I'm going to go now and I'll be back on another video shortly.